Hello knockouts, TonyaTko here, and I am currently authoring the book, How to Love Yourself Even When There Seems No Reason to. And today we're going to be talking about living your dreams and whether or not you're waiting for permission to live your dreams. And I'm going to give you 3 steps that you can take on actually getting up and beginning to actualize what it is that you were placed here on this earth for. As many of you know, earlier this year, one of my worst nightmares came true. I ran out of money. Well, I didn't have money and I became displaced. And the journey that took place after the displacement is what led me to where it is that I am right now, off of the grid and writing my book and piecing back together the pieces of my life. So before we even go any further, I want to thank all of the people who gave to my GoFundMe, who helped give me the latitude to be able to do what it is that I'm doing right now in writing, in delving fully in to be able to help more people. And I'm making this video today because a lot of people have been tapping me on the shoulder, Tonya, where are you? And one person wrote to me yesterday who said that, there are a lot of people who have depended on my videos over the years. And I realized that even though I was amid tremendous controversy, that there are people who have found help in what it is that I have done and continue to do and what I'm working towards. You know how much I love making videos. I've just been basically working on trying to create my life in how I want my life to look and how I want it to be. As many of you know, I had a business. TKO Skin was an amazing business. I wasn't happy. I don't know if any of you go through this, but I used to sit in my misery. What was difficult for me was really putting it out there on the line and putting myself out there and admitting what it is that I truly am passionate about and going after that because I was afraid. And there's something very personal about letting people know, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is where I want to go. This is what I want for my life. This is how I have chosen to show up in this lifetime and to help people or to do this in such and such a way. Okay, so for me, I would sit around and I'm going to be really honest with you all. There were some points when I couldn't really figure out what was the purpose of living if I was going to be living so unhappily. It was like, we talked about this, about the song that I had that was trapped inside my chest, trapped inside my soul. And so I'm making this video for anybody who may, I have to I'm in the thick of the woods right now. So I have to kind of look out for, animals. I heard something that sounded like a coyote a few moments ago, so I just have to be really careful. So if you're not seeing me looking at you, it's because I'm looking around. So I had this feeling in this song trapped inside my soul. And I didn't really know what to do because it's embarrassing to put yourself out there. It's embarrassing to send out letters and emails and say, well, this is what I want, and it be something that you really, really want, because when you get rejected, the rejection feels so personal and it feels so powerful, and it can push you back down into your place and make you feel like not trying. I made a video a few years ago where I talked about these dreams that we have and how much effort we're actually putting into following those dreams. For me, it was so personal and so near to my heart that it was every time I sent out a message and I got turned down, it was a powerful blow to me. So I didn't really want to do it too much because I'm like, these people are rejecting me. They don't like me. My dream is stupid. It's never going to come true. I was in this business that took up a lot of time, a lot of my day, but the business made money. And I remember I spent a lot of time asking people what they thought I should do, whether they thought I should close my business, asking for permission from other people to do what it was that I know that I felt in my heart. I knew what it was that I needed to do, and I was afraid, and I was looking for an excuse, looking for a way out, but the nagging feeling stayed inside of me. I don't know how many of you have a dream that you'd like to see come to fruition, and you're scared to actually step out there and do something about it. I know I was. You know how they say that, a lot of these people who are these gurus and these people who come out trying to help other people is because they have this brokenness inside. And as you know, I always talk about abundance and having and not being broke and all of this. And that's because there was a brokenness. Things startled me. And that's because there was a brokenness that I had inside about money and my worth without money. One of my worst nightmares came true. I ended up without any money, and this dream still stuck inside of me with no money, no contacts, no way to make it happen, seemingly out of options and not really knowing where to go or what to do or how to get there. I realized something out here off the grid. There is no purpose to life. There's no innate purpose. You wake up, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes up, the stars come out, and then the cycle starts all over again. New day, but these days mean nothing. You could sit here and you could do nothing with your days, and that would be okay. It's like the time would just go, the time would just come, and the time would just go. But it's like, who are you as a human being? What is it uniquely different about your vibration and how it is that you have chosen to come in and show up in this life and on this earth and in this world? What is it about you? And what is it that you came here to do? Uniquely you. And so it's like, you can't ask other people what it is that they think about your life path because they can only answer from their own experiences. So the first step into living your dream, into finding the courage to go out there and live life on your terms. Step number one is, what are you curious about? What is it that piques your particular curiosity? What is it about you as a human being that makes you curious? What is it that you naturally like to know more about? The things that you share on social media, the things that stand out to you in the newspapers and magazines. Did you know that newspaper makers and magazine makers, that they don't make the magazine for you to read every page or the newspaper for you to read every page, but they put a whole bunch of different articles in there so that people who are drawn to certain articles will read those and put down the rest for somebody else. Different people are going to be attracted to different types of information. So number one, what is it that attracts you? And then two, how badly do you want it? How much are you willing to give in order to get that dream? That's two. How much are you willing to go? How much do you believe in what it is that you're doing, that you're saying, that you want? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to, come what may, do what it is that you have to do to get there? Are you willing? And then number three, what is it that you want your life to look like? Where do you want to live? How do you want to live? What time do you want to wake up? Who do you want to wake up next to? There's some people out there who are still in the closet about who it is that they want to wake up next to, and they're still living a lie based on other people's desires, your parents, your family, society. And I'm going to tell you, you cannot sit on the sidelines of your life. You can't. You can't. You can't sit on the sidelines and expect for your life to just work itself out, to be a spectator to your own life and just hope for the best. You can come into this world and you can go out of this world and nothing has to change. What is it that you are willing to do on this earth to change things in your life? How much does it mean to you in your life? You don't get any rewrites. You don't get any do-overs. You don't get your time back. There's no refunds on your time, baby. Time is the most precious commodity that we have. When it's done, you don't know how much of it you have. And when it's done, it's done. You don't have any more of it. I cannot and I would not tell people to follow my path and do things the way that I did it and go all into this level. This is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. This has been one of the most difficult journeys of my life. this has been the most trying trial of my life. And I am not the same person today that I was when I first became displaced. I am not that woman. I am not the person that I was before. I am different. The displacement has changed me. And it's changed me in ways that I don't think that I will know the full scope of until I'm able to look back in hindsight. I know that I believe in me, and I know that I believe in this dream. And one thing that the displacement has done for me is that it has taken away a bit of my pride. Yeah, it has. It's like when I put myself out there to ask for the money for the GoFundMe, that was the beginning of this barrier that I had in asking for help. That was the beginning of the breakdown of that. That was the beginning of the breakdown of putting myself out there and being afraid and ashamed of people seeing me. And one good thing that has come from that is that a lot of the sensitivity that I had before about sending out my media kit, sending out my press kit and getting rejected and all of that, a lot of the sensitivities that I had before are no more. Once you go through something like that, every other type of rejection pales in comparison. I wouldn't want anybody to go through the depths that I went through. But this is my life path, and that's what I needed to go through in order for the inspiration for the book to come birthed through me. That is what I needed to go through. For the type of person that I am, listen, it's easy to love yourself when things are going good. When you got money, when you got food in the fridge, when you got clean clothes on, when you have a partner by your side or your children are alive and healthy, it's easy. Baby, it's easy to love yourself then. But when things start to fall apart and you look at your life and your life doesn't look like how you wanted it to look. There's a lot of us who set up these goals. By 25, I want this. By 35, I gotta have that. By 40, this is where I'm supposed to be. And when you look around and your life doesn't look like that, how do you continue to be happy? How do you continue to love yourself? And that's what I had to go through. For a person like me and my own brokenness over brokenness, how do I continue to love myself when I can't afford my organic foods or my head wraps or my beautiful surroundings or clean places to lay? How do I continue to love myself? And that's what inspired the birth of this book. How to love yourself even when there seems no reason to. I know that we all have something inside of us an ache, a feeling inside of us that we want to go after. And if I can inspire you in any way, I would say, do what it is that you need to do to go after it. When you're old and your bones are aching and you're sitting there by yourself looking back over your life, listen, your parents had their lives. Your friends have theirs. Your teachers, your mentors, they have their own as well. And you have yours. So it's like when you're sitting there and you're old and you're alone, what are you going to look back on your life and think? Will you think about all of the chances that you took when you had them? Or are you going to be sitting there with things still left on the table undone, but without the physical fortitude and ability to now, or time, to now do them? I'm going to say this last bit and I'm going to get out of here. Listen, this is the youngest that you will ever be this day. No matter how old you think you are, today is the youngest from this point forward that you will ever be in your life. So, what will you do today? I know I'm not the only person with a dream. If you have a dream, if you have some stuff that you'd like to do, put it out there. I know it's hard I know how vulnerable it can make a person feel to speak their dream into existence. But I would love to hear from you. What is your dream? Write it in the comments below. I'd love to hear that. And think about how you want to live your life. Do you want to live in an apartment, a house, in the suburbs? Do you want to wake up at 12 noon or 5 a.m.? Think about how you want your life to be from the beginning of the day till the end of the day. How do you want your life to be? How do you want it to look? Who is it that you want to be in this life? I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write out from the beginning of the day until you lay your head down at night. What do you want your life to look like? What is it that you're living for? Figure that out. Thank you for coming along this journey with me. I'm going to hug you all in and get out of here. But thank you for coming along this journey with me. I know where it is that I want to go. And even if I'm unsure, I still got to continue to put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. I got to keep continuing to move on. This life does not stay still. And the earth continues to rotate. This is the time of your life. What you do with this day, you are exchanging a day in your life for the activities of today. What will you do with this time? Remember, there are no refunds. There are no take-backs, no do-overs. This is it right here. This is your life. It's up to you to figure out what type of life you want to live. And what other people want and how other people want this for you, none of that matters. At the end of the day, when you are sitting there old and alone, it's what you want for you. It's the stuff that you didn't want to leave on the table for you. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. I love you all very, 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 very much. Hug me. Oh, I love you all very, 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 very much. Now go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? That's right, love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is having the courage to ask yourself, why did you incarnate? And what are you going to do about that song that's left inside of you unsung? What are you going to do about that? Loving yourself is figuring out what you really want, not being ashamed to say that you deserve to go for it. You deserve to go get it. So go get 'em, tiger. You go get 'em. Row. Hug me one more time and we're out. Oh. All right. I love you all. Peace.